Hey, what is up, everyone? Louie with Kitchen Table Games. Hey, this has been crazy. This has been a lot of fun. We're at 135. We reached our goal. We have a new goal right there, 200. We're going to talk today in this video about being okay with selling. The premise of this video is going to be it's okay to sell. But before we get there, we got to celebrate that. So I have a giveaway. I'm going to give some stuff away because we reached the goal. I'm not worried about the next goal. We'll talk about that, but we got a giveaway. So what I'm going to do, I've got these 4 hero posters. I'll show you Katsu, because my favorite deck right now is my ninja deck. We've got these 4 hero posters that I got from my LGS when I purchased a bunch of boxes a while ago. And so we're going to give them away. I've got 4 of them. We'll do 2 now to celebrate 100 subscribers, and we'll do 2 when we reach 200. So I don't know, leave a comment. That's gonna be how you enter. Just leave any comment you want on this video. It can be about it. It can be like, hey, I want to be in it, and you get to pick the 2 that you want. I think we got Katsu, Viserai, we've got Kano. I think it's Kano, right? And Dorinthia. A lot of Dorinthia support out there. So I'll get those out to you. Anyway, celebrating. Thank you for that. I love it. We also at the end, we're going to have a Patreon talk about, but if you don't care about that, just don't listen to the end. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about, is it okay to sell your cards? I see these posts a lot on Facebook asking, when should I sell, right? Like, should I sell this is mostly in the discussion group, should I sell my cold foil that's now worth $300, right? My perch grappler or whatever, Crucible of War cold foil that's worth $300 now. Should I sell it? And here's my answer. Don't sell cards right now, especially cold foils and things that have potential growth. Don't sell cards unless you need money. And here's what I mean by that. A piece of cardboard, right? It's just a piece of cardboard. It's not really actually worth anything, really, until you sell it. So if you are in a bind, if you need your car fixed, if you need food to feed your family, if you have to pay off some loans, like, absolutely you should be probably selling your cards. A $300 piece of cardboard is worth it to sell if it means that you get to pay your car payment, if you need life things that are important. But if you don't have those things, if you're not counting on that $300 in order to pay your rent or do something that's important to your life, I'm gonna tell you, don't sell right now. I think right now, cold foils, sealed boxes, the only place they can go is up. So I'm not sure that there's any reason for you to sell unless you need money for another purchase or want to move things over. And so I think that's where you get this phrase, a diamond hand. And I can say this is where I am. My shard that I pulled, it's in a safety deposit box now. My shard that I pulled went from like $800 when I pulled it to now I'm seeing not sales, but I'm seeing offerings at around $4,000 for the Arcanite shard. And I should probably cash that in. I should probably use that to do something important. But honestly, I don't need that money. Like, I'm not in a place. I have a job, a stable income. I have a wife. We have food. Like my life is. I wasn't counting on that shard in order to pay my bills. And so, for me, like, I'm gonna have a diamond hand with that. And I think there are a lot of people like that in the community who have diamond hands. And what I mean by that is somebody who is gonna hold for a long time. There's no real target, and that's where I am. I don't really have a target for when I would sell an Arcanite shard, or if I had an alpha foil, cold foil, or something like that, or even like sealed boxes. I do have a couple sealed boxes of first edition and 1 sealed box of alpha, and so I have a diamond hand with that. In other words, there's no price right now that would make me sell, honestly. I have that much confidence in the game, and I think that's where a lot of people are with Flesh and Blood, is they have that much confidence. And this really goes with any trading card game, because I think where the fear is twofold. Is the price going to go down if I don't sell? And is the price going to go up if I do sell? And here's where I want to transition this conversation of, if you do need the money and you do sell, don't have any regrets. Like if you sell your, I think we were using perch grapplers, right? If you sell your perch grapplers for $300 today and in 2 weeks it's worth $750, don't look back on that with a lot of regret of saying, man, I could have gotten $450 more for it. Because if you're selling now for $300, that means that you need the money, and don't regret that. Don't ever regret, locking in some profit or locking in money that you need for something else in your life. And then also don't regret holding it if it drops down. If that card means value to you, if you got to set your kind of target price at like, hey, this is my target. If it reaches $2,000, that's where it's worth the cash to me. Whereas some people, collectors, they don't care how much they're worth. If it's worth $2,000 or $200, they're just going to keep collecting forever. And that's the other thing I want to talk about is price targeting, because I think right now what we're seeing in the marketplace is a lot of price targeting. We're seeing a lot of people listing. I saw a post yesterday. Somebody was listing a Courage of Blade Hold for I think $1,100, which is a good $500 more than any sold listing that I've seen anywhere. And that's what's called price targeting. That individual has said, for me, this card is worth $1,100. In other words, when it reaches $1,100, that's when I want to cash in and turn this collectible into cash, no matter what. And so by posting that price, they're saying, hey, it's up for sale at that price. Right now, that's not the market price, but once it reaches the market price, I'm cashing in. And so maybe a wise thing for you is to sit down in your collection and kind of put a price target out and say, this is where I'm targeting to sell, or this is where I'm targeting to hold. And I think that might be a wise thing for all of us to do as we think about these collectibles. And some people have, your income, or sorry, your collection has grown so rapidly in price. You're like, what do I do? When do I sell out? And so I would ask you to consider a slow kind of put some targets for your cards if you are thinking of selling out. Now, again, those of you who have diamond hands, man, hold strong, because I'm thinking that stuff is still going to be going up, especially like ARC first edition boxes they've been fluctuating right around that $850,000 range right now. And I could see them following the trend of alpha, and as alpha keeps going up, those are going to keep going up. And crew boxes, they've kind of locked in right around the 450 range. So if you've got that diamond hand and you don't need the money, I'd say hold on to it, because I do think that things can go up from here. It really will only go up from here, especially with the release of Monarch and those types of things. Which gets us to this kind of last point, which is regret and contentment. And actually, somebody left a comment on the Crazy Brew video that I did a couple days ago, talking about contentment. I just wanted to bring this in here. Where are you content with your collection? I know we see other people who have. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day who he saw one of my EV videos, and he sent me a message and said, hey, there's a lot of private sales happening that are above the price that I am saying in my EV videos. And we're going to talk about that in my Patreon. I'm going to try to have a way of generating some of those sales numbers. But anyway, and what he was saying was, he was saying he has 40 legendaries. I was like, what? You got 4? That's crazy to me, that amount of, trajectory of growth for that person. And I was jealous, but then I just thought, you know what? Like, I should just be content with what I have. And I am, and I'm very content. It was a very short-sighted jealousy, but man, like, just be content. If you missed out on, let's say you missed out on Alpha and Arcane Rising, and you missed out on Crew First Edition boxes, and now you're just like patiently sitting here with unlimited boxes, right? Don't be upset. It's okay. Like, this is a card game, and more collectibles are not going to add any value to your personal life. There are other things in this world, and I really believe that contentment is what makes us happy. And so that's my wisdom for you. Remember that the future is bright for this game, and Monarch's going to come out, and you still have an opportunity to get first edition Monarch boxes. And if you only get 3 first edition Monarch boxes, it's okay, because there's going to be another set that comes out that will have first edition. So just be content with what you have. And again, don't regret selling. Even if you sell and the card goes up, don't regret selling. If you sold then that's because you needed the capital to do something else with your life. For me, I sold the other day, maybe 3 weeks ago, I sold a cold foil crater fist for $60. Today, a cold foil crater fist is about $200. But you know what? I needed that money, that $60, to buy a cold foil Breeze Rider boots. That's what I wanted to do. I have no regrets. I could have just bought that Breeze Rider boots at $60 and not sold my my crater fist, but I needed the capital to make that happen. And so I did that, and I shouldn't have any regrets about that. Nobody knows what the market's going to do next week or in 3 weeks or in a month. And so if you need the capital to fund something else, then, do that. But if you don't need the capital, have those diamond fists, have those diamond hands, because I think this is a collectible game and that's good for it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Hit a like button if you like that. And remember, we're doing a giveaway of these things to celebrate that we reached 100 subscribers. So that'll be on this video. I don't know. I'll pick the thing. I'll give it 48 hours. In 2 days, I'll announce the winner. I'll just tag the winner on YouTube, and you can send me an email with your shipping address, and I'll get it out to you. But then I also am launching a Patreon. So here's what that is. If you're interested, keep listening. If not, just click away. No big deal. Keep watching the content. Keep enjoying it. Hope you'll subscribe. But if you're looking for a little bit more, I'm going to launch a Patreon. It will have 3 tiers. The entry level tier with $3, that kind of just gets you in the door to support me. I don't need the support, but I'd love to give you some more content and also give you I'm calling it a seat at the table, the ability to kind of guide my content and say, hey, this is something we like, this is something we don't like, this is something we'd like to see. But in addition to that, you'll have kind of access to, I'm going to try to find a way to keep track of sold listings of expensive cards that are happening on the Facebook marketplace. And so you'll kind of get access to that information as it's coming. And then that information will guide my finance videos, which will be 3 videos a week. And so we'll have information from eBay, we'll have information from TCG Player, and then we'll have this kind of private sales information that I think will help a lot with those EV videos. So you'll have access to that information, and then also that's going to be kind of Patreon generated. I'm only one person, so this will be kind of you'll be able to see all of but by having more people looking for those prices of sold. If you see a Breeze Rider boots sell for $600 on Facebook, you'll have a place that you can market, and then we can kind of all come together to have better data. So I'm excited about that. That's the $3 level. At $5 level, you get that. But then you'll also get, I've been doing these EV videos, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to export a kind of a collection tracker for you, which will be an Excel spreadsheet that'll have all the cards, and it'll calculate it automatically. You'll just go in and add how many of each card you have, and this will kind of capture all 3 sets. And then every week when I make the EV video, I will just send you, literally you'll just be able to copy and paste the value information that I'm capturing for that week, and then it will calculate your estimated value for your card. So the $5 a month gets you access to that, and then access to information. And then for $10 a month, I'm calling this what am I calling it? The Pack Addict. Basically, we do box openings on the channel. We do kind of 2 or 3 a week. As long as I can get product, we'll continue to do 2 or 3 a week. Probably gonna shoot for 3 a week. But at the end of each one, the last pack, I'm going to give to a random patron that's on that $10 level. So it'll be a D20. It's going to be limited to 20 patrons. We'll roll the D20, and whoever gets it will get the contents of that last pack. Just a fun way to make box openings more exciting for you, and another way to support the channel. That's going to be limited to 20 patrons, then it's gone forever. This is for you. I would not recommend this if you are looking for cards. I would not recommend this. Use your $10 and go put your money towards singles, the ones that you need. But if you like watching box openings, if you want to kind of a more fun way to engage with that, and if you really want to support the channel, that's what we're going to do for that level. So $3, $5, $10 Patreon. And again, if you can't afford Patreon, if you can't afford those levels, put your money elsewhere, put it towards something else. I'm going to keep creating content. I love this game. I just wanted to kind of have a tighter knit community that can kind of source some of that information. for the EV videos, but then also just have some feedback, have some people who are helping to guide the channel and help me grow, because I'm impressed with this, not because of me, but because of you guys. It seems like this community is really growing, and I just want to be a part of it, and I want to be providing for it. So if you have any feedback on the Patreon, let me know. There's already been one person to subscribe. Shout out to Joshua H. I'm not going to say your last name, but Joshua H. found out about it, and he already subscribed. So he actually got the number 20 already. Nat 20 belongs to Joshua for life until he drops out. So that link is going to be in the description. Again, if you have any feedback, let me know. Shoot me a message. I'm happy to make it whatever it is that makes you happy and makes the community, adds value to the community. So I'm going to stop rambling. Remember, it's okay to sell your cards, but don't sell cards unless you actually need the profit and actually need to capitalize and turn that and liquidate it into cash. So hope you're having a great day. Remember to be kind to those around you. We'll see you next time.